Welcome to Live at Lunchtime. At PT National, we live a life of contribution. I've got Janine with me today, and we're going to be doing a core exercise session that you can do at home in your living room, kind of like here, and you just need somewhere a bit comfortable to lie down on. Carpet is better than sort of timber floors, and 2 paper plates. So that's 2 plates per person, and we're going to be doing a quick circuit. Now, in this one today, we're just going to go through 1 rotation. At home, you'll have to do 3 full rounds, and we're going to be working off 30-second work rounds and then a 15-second rest, and during that rest you'll be sort of changing into the next exercise to get ready for it to start for that 30-second round. Okay, so we're going to set up, first of all, plates on the ground. I'm going to demonstrate sort of a side view. Janine's going to do the front view, and I'm just going to correct her form as we go, then I'll sort of do the side view. So I'm going to be using just a stopwatch on my phone to do the timings, and we're going to start off a little bit of a warm-up for the upper body and core with just a push-up, okay? So it's just our standard push-up, shoulder width apart. You can do this one on the plates or on the floor to start. They're not needed for this first exercise. And we're just going to go for our 30-second round, okay? So just pace yourself. We're not trying to do this one fast. We're just trying to do the full 30 seconds, okay? So round starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Good, so shoulders back each round. Perfect. And you can see Janine's on her knees. You can do a slightly tougher version on our toes is fine. Just aiming to get chest to floor every rep. Okay. So good pacing. Breathing out on the way up, breathing in on the way down. We've got about 10 seconds to go for this first round. Then we've got our 15 seconds in between. We will need the plates for this next one. 3, 2, 1, rest there. Okay, this next exercise is a single arm push-up, and we've got the plates in our hands, and as we push up, push down, one hand comes forward, and then you'll alternate hands, okay? So take your time with this one, just to get used to it. 3, 2, 1, go. So as you drop down, one hand goes out. As you come up, the hand comes back. So hands moving forward now. Yeah, on the way down, and then as you come up, perfect. On the way down, moves forward. On the way up, moves back. Do you feel that already starting in the core?
Yeah. So
this one, because we're changing that stability through the shoulders, you're going to have to work really hard in the core to keep your shoulders nice and square, keep your hips nice and square. Again, with this one, breathing out as you lift up. 3, 2, and 1. Finish there. Good set. That's a pretty tough one.
That was a hard one.
So that starts to warm up the arms a little bit. We've got one more push-up round before we'll give them a rest and we can get into some more core. This time it's the same thing, but as we drop down, we're going to come a little bit wider into a sort of a fly, a single arm fly. 3, 2, 1, go. Now, if you want to make it a little bit easier, don't go as far out to the side. You can stop sort of halfway and do a partial push-up. Just be mindful of your shoulders here and keeping them nice and square, nice and set back and down to keep them safe. Main thing here is not pushing past your sort of limits there. Okay, almost there. 2, 1, and rest. Okay, so we're going to move into some core stuff now. We're going to start off pretty easy, just with a straight arm flank, and we're just going to hold that for 30 seconds. And you can use this on the plates or on the ground, it's fine. 3, 2, 1, and go. Cool. So core up, hips square, shoulders back. Very good. And just nice, deep, slow breaths, controlling that, and really trying to last for the full 30 seconds. Almost there. About 10 seconds to go. Starting to feel the core kick in a little bit. 3, 2, 1, and have a rest. Very good. Okay, plates will be back. So next version of this plank, we're going to have our hands on it again, and what we're going to be doing is simply pushing one forward and forward like this. Okay, so we're just going to be similar to that first push-up. One hand will go forward, the other hand will stay underneath. Okay, 3, 2, 1, good. And you're not trying to reach too far, just start short, do a partial reach, and then as you get used to that feeling, you can stretch a little bit further, and you'll start to feel this cross sort of motion of the core, where it's starting to really work, trying to stabilize your hips and your shoulders. Okay, very good. 10 seconds to go. Cool. And you can see that as Janine's stretching out, there's a slight change through the hips, and that's just with her core trying to control that movement. and have a rest. Very good. Not too bad. Starting to feel it, like starting to warm up. Yeah, getting pretty warm very quickly. Cool. The next one we're going to be doing is very similar, except we're now trying to slide one hand behind the other before we bring it back and slide under like this. 3, 2, 1, and go. Now, something I forgot to mention earlier, with these exercises, these plank ones, if you want to make it harder, you keep your feet nice and close together. If you want to make it a little bit easier, you can spread your feet a little bit wider. It just makes it a bit more stable. Do you want to try your feet wider and see if it's a bit easier?
Or even knees. Can I do knees?
You can do knees, yep. You're just going to have to drop the pelvis towards the floor a bit more. Okay, you've got about 4 seconds to go. That's it. And nice and slow controlled movements, which is what your knee's doing there. Okay, have a rest. Very good. All right, we're going to switch it up a little bit now. So the plates are going to actually go onto our toes. So you're going to have to set up with your knees on the ground. Then you can put your toes onto the plates. And then we're going to lift up into a plank hold position and do similar to like a mountain climber exercise. So it'll be one knee forward at a time like this. Okay? So setting up for me now. Toes right in the middle of the plates, yep. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Just take your time with this one and really protect your shoulders right back here. Good. And belly button up into the spine. Keep that core activated, pelvic floor nice and strong. And just a nice consistent pace. You're not trying to sprint it or anything like that. We're just trying to slide the legs. 3, 2, and 1. Very good. So that one there, you could do one leg forward and then back before the other leg moves if you want to make it a little bit easier again. Okay, next one. Same thing, feet are going to be on the plates again. This time, we're going to be working into feet out, feet in motion, okay? So make sure you've got plenty of space beside you. Setting up, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now don't go too wide. Again, do partial just to get a feel for it. And then as you get confident, you can put a little bit wider to make it harder. And this is going to work the adductors a little bit more than just the previous one. How's that feeling? And then keeping the neck nice and neutral. Janine's looking just slightly forward of where her hands are. Very good. Does that feel okay?
Yep.
Cool. Have a rest. Yep. 3, 2, 1. Yep. Cool.
Sorry.
No, that's a tough one. That's pretty hard. All right. We're going to switch it up. We're going to do some of our more standard ab stuff. So plates aside for a second. We're just going to roll over onto our back and we're going to do an ab crunch. And for this one, we really want to draw in the core, pulling the belly button into the floor, guts up to the ribs, and then we can lift up just off the floor, shoulder blades just off the ground. So we'll just do a 30-second round of those. So starting now, and we're just getting the shoulder blades up. We're not doing a full sit-up. We only want to get that partial crunch so that we're getting the shoulder blade lifting just a little bit here, and we're really targeting the deeper core, the transverse abdominis, and that one is sort of coming across the front around the side of the torso. Okay, you've got 8 seconds to go. Even though it's nice in here, you sweat it up pretty quick, don't you? Gets pretty warm. Yeah. And have a rest. Very good. All right, we're going to do one more on the ground. We're going to do hinges, so it's going to be both feet up. And we're only going to drop one leg at a time like this, and you're aiming to get as close to the ground as possible. And then if you want to make it a little bit harder, you can do a full double leg tuck like that. Main thing is that you're keeping that activation through the core, and our lower back isn't arching off the ground. Okay, 30-second round for me. 3, 2, 1, and go. Very good. Just hold it for the 30 seconds. And just make sure your toes are pointing at the ceiling as well. That's it. This will just activate the lower core a little bit more. And you get more activation, you'll feel it there, and get a better stretch through the hip flexor as well. Okay, 8 seconds left. Working well, and we've got 2 more plate exercises to go, and that'll be the end of our first sort of rotation. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so setting up with the plates again. These ones will be on our feet for the last 2 exercises. So the same setup, knees on the ground before you get your toes on. And that way you're just setting up nice and safe. You're not going to slide away real quick. Okay, so the first exercise is a pike. So essentially, we've got to keep our shoulders back, core on, and we're going to try and drag both feet together and both feet back. And again, like all the other ones, do a partial one first. So only bring your feet slightly forward, and then as you get a little bit more confident, you can bring the feet further forward with each rep. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, and lifting up. So shoulders back, good. And you're trying to really push your butt into the sky. So you don't have to come that far forward if you don't want to for the first couple. Yeah, that's good. That's much better. So that way the butt is lifting the whole time. We're not sort of pulling the legs in and then standing up. That's it. It's pretty tough, this one. So only do what you can with the range. Okay, 3, 2, and 1. Have a rest. That's a hard one, that one. Yeah, you can see it. That's it. The last one is a little bit nicer. We're going to be doing a double knee tuck forward, and we're going to kick wide and sort of do a circle motion back, kind of like we're swimming, like breaststroke or something like that. And then you're going to kick wide and finish back to straight. So I'll get you to set up for me, Janine. We're going to start in about 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. So knee tuck in, nice and close, and then kick wide as you swim back. That's it, and back to the center. Knee tuck in. Awesome. Now, progression to all of these exercises with the plates. If you do them on elbows instead, it's going to be a lot more difficult than the straighter arm version. So, for example, with this exercise, if we really wanted to make it harder, it would be on the elbows, double knee tuck, kick wide, and the key here is not getting that lift through the back. We've got to keep nice and flat and really use the core to control that. That's what will make it difficult. Okay, have a rest there. All right, thanks. So remember at home, 2 more rounds of all of those exercises. So if you need to replay the video from the beginning, you can, and that way you can work through all the exercises with us again. And if you take more than 10 seconds, 15 seconds when you're changing between, that's fine for the first few rounds, just to get used to the exercises. And then that way you'll be more confident and you can set yourself up a little bit safer and work through them again. But it's quite a big circuit, that one, so just take your time and see how you go. Let us know what you think. We found it quite tough and we only did 1 round, so good luck at home with the 3, and we'll see you again next week.